Welcome to Learn with me, Mrs. Sullivan. Writing with children can be tricky. As a 30-year veteran teacher who has helped countless children develop their emerging writing skills, I want to help parents when you're writing with your children to learn how to encourage, develop, and edit writing. This is a video for parents. To help support our children when they're beginning to write, it's important to understand about the skills development of the language skills. So we need to go back to when your child was first beginning to speak. We give children years to master speaking in a way that approximates the speaking of adults. We were thrilled with the first mama, dada, and we celebrated and encouraged each step. Writing development occurs much along the same stages as speaking, and just like with speaking, children need encouragement, time, and subtle correction. A child's first writing of letters and words is an experiment and exploration, just like ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, babbling with sounds. Children need the same encouragement and celebration in these emerging writing efforts as they experienced in their emerging speaking, and we need to give them the 3 to 5 years we gave them with their speaking skills. Take yourself back to the time when your child was first starting to speak, and they might have said something like, "Mama, ruff, ruff." And we acknowledged that this meant, "Mom, look, there's a dog. I see a dog." Imagine instead if this is the response we gave our child. "Oh, no, dear, let me help you. You should say, 'Mother, look, I see a dog.'" Well, no parent ever did this because we recognized that they were just beginning to develop their speaking. We probably gave them a subtle recorrection like, "Oh, yes, a dog," and provided the language dog instead of just ruff, ruff to help support them. We said, "Wow, my kid is talking." We didn't focus on the correctness, we focused on the message of those words. And that's how we encouraged them. And by saying, "Oh, yes, I see a dog," we were supporting them by giving a subtle correction. Here's another example of the type of subtle correction we were doing when our children were beginning to speak. So a child might have seen this animal and said, "Mama, ruff, ruff." Well, we need to apply a gentle correction, and that gentle correction is going to be a rephrasing, saying it again, but helping to support the development of the idea that this is not, in fact, an animal that says ruff, ruff. So the subtle correction or rephrasing might have been, "Oh, a cat, meow, meow." So we've supplied them with the word they need and also the sound that the animal makes. So these subtle corrections encourage the child while redirecting them to the standard words. Well, writing development needs this same gentle redirection, but is much, much trickier. Your child is by now expressing much more sophisticated thoughts, but they are still at the rudimentary skill levels in recording these thoughts as writing. Writing is how we share our thoughts, ideas, imagination, or information with others. We want our children to be able to express themselves in writing. So we want them to have a spoken voice and a written voice. Because writing is taking what is in your heart and mind and putting it down on paper, it is so very personal. We want to be sure that we never unintentionally silence our child's written voice. We want our child to be able to express themselves in both speaking and writing. Sometimes we forget how much time and encouragement we gave when we heard those first words and how long it took until our child's speech approximated an adult's speech. Just because our child is older and is now speaking fluently, we may falsely assume that their written language should match their current spoken language abilities, despite them being emerging writers. When we focus on spelling and grammar and not the message, we may be unintentionally stifling our child's written expression. We need to remember always the message contained in the writing is the most important part. Imagine this scenario. I just read the best book. All the words were spelled correctly. The use of capitals and ending punctuation was perfect. There were transitional words. There were 7,435 adjectives. It was a wonderful book, said no person ever, because the important thing is the message. Now we know when we're reading with children, this can be tricky. Sometimes as adults, we're trying to get the message of the writing by reading it ourselves. What we always want to have your child do so that you can get the message of the writing is for them to read their writing to you. They are always responsible for reading their own writing to you. In this way, they are learning that writing is sharing that message. It's on the paper, but it's sharing a message. And by them reading the writing to you, they can very clearly get their idea across of what that emerging writing is expressing. So, as their writing develops more and more, we're going to help them by learning how to edit a little bit themselves with a subtle correction. For emerging writers, the subtle correction is a solo rereading with picky pointing. We're going to ask them to point exactly to every word as they read aloud. The picky pointing is going to slow them down and help them find the most common errors that beginning writers make. Because our brain is moving faster than we can move our pencil on that paper, especially for emerging writers, there are often missing words. By pointing exactly to each word as they're reading, this will help your child to identify where there is a word that is missing that they wanted to have there and it was not there. And this self-editing is part of writing. We all know even as we are adults, we still need to reread our writing for editing. So pointing to every single word and reading aloud is the best technique for editing that I have ever found. It works for children and it works for adults too. So we want to show them how to edit on their own. So as they're pointing and reading these words as they're developing more skills beyond just looking for a missing word, we want to help them to learn how to edit that. So if they have a missing word there, you gently, as they're pointing and reading, you're looking over their shoulder, you're going to point that out and you say, oh, wait, I didn't see that written there, where you're pointing, I didn't see what you just read. Could we use a caret? And they're going to use the little arrow to insert their word. Or you might, as they develop further, ask a question. Oh, your voice went up when you were reading that. Was that a question? How can we show that? So you want to ask the questions that we want them to start to ask in their own mind as they are correcting their writing. Now, I kind of have a rule of 2 is all you get to do. We're just going to be correcting 2 things. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean just 2 corrections. You might notice as your child's writing that all of a sudden they are consistently not putting a plural S on the end of their words, and this particular piece of writing requires several plural S's. So you could just have one of your corrections be those plural S's. But if you're correcting a lot of plural S's, you might want to stop there. If your correction is just listening for when the sentence ends, because our voice will naturally let us know when that sentence ends, you might help them apply that punctuation. Read through it once, and then have them read through again and say, oh, your voice paused, when they get to that pausing point, and so that they can put in a punctuation. So it's about very slow and very subtle. Now, we're going to also be doing some sounding out spelling at this stage. I will have a separate video all about catch and release writing that's going to help children to put down the sounds they hear. Let's take a look at the type of writing that we are looking for in emergent writers to develop. This writing I consider a very good example. So here we see, I like to play with my friends. We have big adventures. Once we pretended we were pirates. We made a ship and we sailed it. So when your child's reading this a second time, they might say, I like to play with my friends. Now, I would ignore this perhaps right now until my child's a little older. Maybe I'm going to say, oh, your voice stopped. And I might put that in. But for the most part, we are able to read this as adults. It's approximating that spelling. And again, we want to celebrate and support. It's always very, very delicate. And remember, 2 is all you want to do, because we want to encourage our child to communicate our thoughts and ideas to others. And writing is a skill that comes with deeply personal emotions, and we want to celebrate and support their voice and never stifle it. So the most important thing that you can do to help your child with their writing is to celebrate your child's emerging skills and remind yourself that just like when they were beginning to speak, even though they just, mama, ruff, ruff, that speech changed into the speech that we were hoping for them to have in their adult life. So encourage, support, and always insist that your child reads their writing to you. This is going to help you support your children on their writing journey. Thanks for watching Learn with me, Mrs. Sullivan. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like button, and I would love it if you would subscribe.